Poland won bronze in the medium pavilion category.
Open technological aspect and many other ways. So yeah, you will be able to see that from the first exhibition onwards. So.
At the entrance, the character of Frédéric Chopin, the famed Polish composer, welcomes you.
And what is this?
Yeah, this is our mascot, Chopin, Frédéric Chopin. Chopin-kun this. There's a free screen right here, so you can...
The pavilion's concept is heritage that drives the future, introducing the nature Poland has.
The spirit plant, and it allows you to create your own virtual plant based on Polish plants that we have in our country. And basically, you start creating your own virtual plant, your flower maybe, by choosing from different cards that you have here. Each of them has like...
Once you choose a word, the Polish flower with that floriography, meaning of the flower, would pop up. And you can make your own virtual flower.
Fits your idea, and everything that you make on these small screens on the tablets. And this is basically how it turned out. You can see it up, you can see it on the big screen as well. And yeah, there's still one more exhibition within the show. It's called Poland and Japan shirts, so we wanted to show some shared heritage. And basically there's
the herbs grown and used in Poland are guided with animation too.
Right,
Art on herbs and nature continues.
Below, it will show you this kind of nice, interesting animation, and you will get all this different information in Japanese and in English about different Polish.
A gentle space unfolds. Akin to Japan's own nature-centered lifestyle. On the large screen, landscapes of the national parks are projected.
What you see very nice is a traditional Polish.
This is an authentic art piece that changes with lights of the day.
For some holidays, it's for some, for example, for Easter, people in the east of Poland, because it's something that you can see in old houses in east of Poland. It's a decoration that people made as a tribute to spiders, as currently it would meet spiders. The shape is meant to be reminiscent of a spider web or spider legs, some people say. It's traditionally made of like straw or like colorful papers, like these can be in all colors of the rainbow, blue, red. Of this is payonki, which means spider, which is kumo in Japanese. But also the word for cloud is also kumo, and this is the
Cloud of spiders.
yes. Beautiful shadows on the floor of what you can see right here. You can see the shadows just maybe a little bit right there at the bottom, but it's not very visible right now. It is much more like prominent in the evening.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Here is a piece with herbs and small glass balls, lined up in each season.
Flowers in different phases of growth. They're basically sort of time capsules. And as you can see from the left to right, you have Polish plants in different from different seasons. So you can see plants from winter.
An herb grown in an area where Chopin was born is also displayed.
Many of these are shared with Japan.
So many colors and so many varieties.
From his house. Yes. Yeah, they're basically made. So
This is the art piece called Sounds of Matter.
In Poland. It's basically
Inside the curtains, kuromoji, an herb is laid on wall. Salted water drips along the wall, and scent and sound is to enjoy, as if in the woods.
Branches, there's usually salt water running through them, and thus they make this sort of. And here we have like a sort of rendition, which, as I said, they are usually seen in bars, like outside, basically. There are some examples of like 19th century structures that you can see visit there, or just cultural heritage. But it's like a modern sort of version with like nice, relaxing lights, some music, and basically just in a calm atmosphere to relax.
And at last,
This right here is the biggest musical instrument within the expo ground. This instrument is called aura, and basically it's a sort of rhythmic instrument. This right here is the biggest musical instrument within the expo ground. This instrument is called aura, and basically it's a sort of rhythmic instrument that's trying to play many different works of Frédéric Chopin.
and at last. Here, if you watch carefully, aura, a broom-like instrument made by willow makes little moves. If you listen carefully.
Willow. Polish pianist trying to recreate Chopin's work, and now it's just kind of its own thing right here. Right here, if you listen, you can listen close, and you can hear the different music of Chopin. There are also some visual places where it just does some interesting things visually while playing the music, but for now you can just watch it and listen to the nice sounds.
This installation that uses natural ingredients, making music is totally art and breathtaking. Through such experiences, visitors learn the sounds and landscapes of nature.
The Polish economy. So for example, right here we have the green energy sector, and we can see, for example, the Polish transport company known as PESA, which is trying to use its technologies to create more sustainable energy for public transport.
There are also displays promoting the development of eco-friendly medicines and cosmetics. Exhibits highlighting ties with Japan appear elsewhere too. Speaking of relations with Japan, a uniquely shaped-in keynotes was Austrian pavilion. Austria features a grand piano modeled after one gifted to Emperor Meiji. And wallpaper in the VIP guest room uses textiles by Ritsuko Litsi Ueno, a Japanese-Austrian designer famed for her marriage across cultures and her career in Vienna.
As well. Yeah, exactly. And this is...
Portugal received the best theme concept for its concept, Ocean Blue Dialogue.
Touches three aspects. Our relationship with Japan, which started almost 500 years ago through the sea. Also our own Expo 98, Lisbon 98, which had as a theme oceans. And to answer the call of this expo, how to design the future societies for our lives. So what you see in this pavilion is a little bit of all these three, the history and the heritage that we have with Japan, but also all the work that Portugal has been doing in terms of ocean protection, which we wanted to leave also as good practices to hopefully inspire other countries to follow.
That's great. Thank you.
Yeah. And we have what we say
The
five
theme,
islands
ocean,
that touch
symbolizes
the sea.
Portugal's deep and historic connection to the sea.
Not too many people
The tour starts from a room with screens as if you are in the ocean.
In this first island, we share, it's the idea of sharing knowledge. We show photographers how they were drawing up the
As
world.
Japan and Portugal had been connected through the ocean, the pavilion retraces the history of their relationship through changes in maps.
What we know the world is like now, and the first maps showing how the first maps of the world. And in these first maps, Japan appears already in the 16th century, not as it is now, as a smaller version, but still.
Where is it?
And it's coming in a few more years, but still the 15th century. And then also the Earth as a blue planet, which was a point we wanted to make because of our theme. So you will see now, as early as 1563, of course North America is still very much to explore, but as you can see, there is a little bit that we can already see something. Have the short trousers.
Almost 500 years since the two countries started their relationship.
As you can imagine, at the time, we were all very exotic, and I think the illustrators.
And between the two countries, there are other similarities. Many words adopted from Portuguese were introduced.
Portugal's heritage is not in the past, it's still alive today. And one of the proofs of that, you will see. So there used to be 5,000 and there are still 250 words in Japanese language of Portuguese origin. As you can see here, they are pronounced the same. So this has been very surprising, not just for Japanese public, but also Portuguese. They're also not aware. And we wanted to show how this common heritage is alive. This pavilion was designed by Kuma Kengo-san.
Oh, really?
Yes. And here is a video as if the ocean is talking to us.
Portugal has been attached to the ocean for centuries. That is why they say they have the voice to speak out about protecting the waters. And they emphasize that water can easily be polluted by human beings. There is also a tie with Japan on the rooftop.
It's a piece of art by
On the rooftop, many ropes are hung.
didn't have space. We've been having very much an open door policy. We have musicians from all over the world. Yes, so this pavilion was designed by Kuma Kengo-san, Japanese architect. We were very lucky to have him. He has been working in Portugal and is familiar with our strong relationship with the ocean, and that was the briefing of our participation in this expo. And he had this wonderful idea of creating as if we are in the ocean. So we have over 9,000 ropes, which are very much, as I like to say, alive. You know, they move, they change with the colors, and from day one, they have been very popular. People are touching them from day one, and from day one understanding what it is. People say fune, so they immediately understand what it is. And of course, Japan has a strong relationship with the sea, and that's also what we wanted to engage with. And we are now working on an art project, and with schools as well, to leave some of the roads in Japan. There is a Portuguese artist that is creating an installation from these ropes, which will go to Sakai region. It will stay here, and then many schools have been asking us also to, if they can take a rope to the school, and we are very happy with this. So we really try to pass a consistent message about the need to protect our oceans. It's also a way to pay homage to our history, shared history with Japan, but most of all we wanted to look to the future and to reply to the question of this expo, how to design the societies of our future. And we don't see societies in the future if we don't have our oceans protected. So that's really the message we wanted to pass at this expo.
The Netherlands, which marks 425 years of ties with Japan, had the concept which had messages for the young generation. Common ground. This building is scheduled to be replaced as parts are reusable.
基本的には全て、ネジとかボルトとかそういうもので留めています。で、それはなんでかっていうと、もうすぐ万博も閉幕しますけども、その後に一つ一つのパーツに分解して一度こう、ばらして、また改めてこの建物をそのままの形で組み立て直す。
But we want to make sure to also emphasize these parts because this shows how the building can be taken apart. Basically, this makes it easier for us because the expo is only 6 months. After the expo wraps, we as a Dutch government, we want this building to be repurposed. We do not want these materials to go to waste.
このネジは取れます。これはさすがにちょっと強度なツールがいりますけども。
はい、これは全部再利用できますし、今回の建物の何でしょう考え方としては。当初としては、パーツを一つずつ再利用することも可能だけども、もう一つのやり方としてはこの建物をそのままどこか別の場所で建て直すということです。で、万博期間中割と早い段階からこの建物を別の場所淡路島で移設することに決まりました。これ建物丸ごと。
Next to the Miffy doll, visitors hold spheres in their hands. The whole idea of the exhibit is to learn how the Netherlands fought with floods and think of ways on confronting the environment issues.
オランダ人は昔から海と戦ってきた、水と戦ってきた歴史がありますので、当初はその水とのトラブル、水害とかそのいろんなハードルをどう乗り越えてきたのか。そこでオランダ人、まずはオランダ人同士に協力して、水を
後で一歩ずつ前にお願いしてもいいですか。ありがとうございます。ご協力ありがとうございます。後ろからどんどんお客様来られるので、3列ほどで前まで詰めていただけると助かります。3列ほどでお願いします。
永遠のプロセスとして、オランダ人はオランダ人で協力しながら水を国から追い出していく。まずそこでオランダ人同士でコモングラウンドが達成したんですけども。
大変お待たせいたしました。こちら前方のスクリーン、
どういうふうに水と共存できるのかに移ります。
The Netherlands Pavilion mentions that you can't do it alone. It's designated to encourage everyone to think together about environmental issue.
いかないので、水の流れをどうやって最もうまく管理するかというのは、水との戦いから水との共存が移ります。オランダ人はなるべく、水が流れやすいように水の流れを変えてきて、なるべく水と共存するようになりました。
Coexisting.
Coexistence. Exactly.
Because you guys have a lot of floods. You used to have a lot.
That's exactly right. Because we had a lot of floods, we had a lot of trouble with water, so we had to find a way to work together, to live together with the water. And what we try to show in this pavilion is that this was a process that took time. It's not something that just developed overnight. All of these processes take a lot of time. So also when we think about global warming, climate change, pandemics, food insecurity, like these are not problems that we can solve like from one day to the next. It's a process.
オランダとの水との戦いから水との共存へ移ったんですけども、今回オランダだけの話ではないから、気候変動とかを解決するためには、オランダだけでも日本だけでも、とても解決できないグローバルスケールの課題なので、オランダとしてはそこでコモングラウンドを見つけて、全世界で取り組んでいくべきだと考えております。でもちろんミッフィちゃんもあらゆる箇所にそれちょっと分かりやすく噛み砕いてくれます。
本当だ。ちゃんと海の話をしてるんですね。
そうですね。基本的にあらゆるパネルの近くにこういう風にミッフィちゃんの絵本型パネルが、子供の目の高さに合わせて設置しております。
Emphasizing that it's not a problem that can be solved in a single day, we step into the sphere.
来場者の方に、なるほどやな、私もちょっと貢献できることはあるかもしれないと。
It's an exhibit designed to make visitors feel the greatness of our planet.
Below sea level, water shapes the land. It pressed, we listened, it pushed, we planned.
Netherlands' long-standing, outward-looking spirit and its culture of openness and cooperation.
We learned to move with the water's pace. We let it in, we gave it space. Now, as we strive to protect Mother Earth, we must defend her resources and honor her wrath. They are finite yet full of might, and if we move with wisdom, we can get this right. In the Netherlands, we unite once more to reimagine water, reuse, and heat with endless sun and wind and play, a new world take shape in a harmonious way. Challenges and solutions both are your. So bring your vision, your hands, your mind, on common ground. Let's redesign together.
Also shown are alternative and sustainable fuels, and in the end,
It's about showing the process that the Netherlands went through in order to country where we can live together, work together with the water, to show that it took us time, it took us effort, and then to connect that to the broader picture. And to show that we need to work together as one world, we need to be more aware of the materials we use. We need to make sure that we use them in a circular fashion, we reuse them. And that brings us to this final space. We call this our sort of our innovation room. And basically what we show here are many different Dutch companies, startups working on new, sustainable, reusable solutions. And the intent here is to show that basically a more sustainable future can take many different shapes and forms. So there's not one correct answer. And that is what we want people to take away from this pavilion, is that there are many different things that you can do, like making a more sustainable future, building a more sustainable future, solving climate change. These are big issues, like they're almost too big. Like if you start to think about them, like you will not know where to begin. So what we intend to show is it takes time, it takes effort, but also you can start small, you can start from little things, and there are many things that you can do. And this brings us to the final part. Here we see many people standing in front of what we call the yakusoku, the promise mirror. We ask all of our visitors to stand in front of this mirror at the very end to reflect on their experience in the pavilion, to look into the mirror and to think for themselves, okay, so what can I do? It can be very small, but what can I do in order to achieve a more sustainable future? And basically how we do this. As you know, the theme of our pavilion is common ground. This part represents that common ground. So if I step onto this circle, my orb will start to change. Actually, I need a few more people. So if more people stand inside the sphere, first you'll see that the rhythms of our orbs, they're not aligned. But because we come together, because we spend time together, gradually the rhythms will start to align. So as we spend more time together, we start to understand each other. That is the message that we want people to take away. It's not just about people from the Netherlands, it's about people from Japan, but it's about how people from the world can come together, understand each other, and work together towards a more sustainable future. And that is the message we want people to take away from the Netherlands Pavilion.
If more people step in, the tour is completed.
一人一人の力は小さくてもみんなが集まれば大きな力になるというのがオランダ観光の最後のメッセージです。ぜひ地球や環境のことについて考えバラバラな皆さんの気持ちも一つにしていけば
There is the message that the world can move forward only through working together, with mutual understanding. With picture books on walls, it makes sure that children can understand. The pictures are set at a child's eye level, is also a reflection of the common ground concept of reaching out. The Netherlands had to work together with nature.
Mentioned earlier, we had to learn to live together, to work with the water. So the Netherlands, people from the Netherlands are always aware. There's always a certain awareness that we have to work together with nature. And now that around the world we start to see the effects of climate change, we also have this realization that we need to be more careful with the products that we use, but also the materials that we use. So as the Netherlands, we wanted to participate in Expo. However, because Expo is an event that basically the Expo is only 6 months long. So if we build a building just for 6 months, it's not very sustainable. So that is why, as the Dutch government, one of the conditions for participating in Expo is for our architect to propose a circular building, of which either the materials can be fully reused or the building itself can be taken apart and relocated to a different location. That, for example, the central sphere, when you get up and close to it, you can see that it's actually constructed out of different parts that are not welded together, but they're held together by bolts. and other materials so it can easily be taken apart. So this way we try to show to people, no, you actually can build a building in a circular fashion. It's not just something that you put up on the screen, we actually show it. So in this way, by showing it to people, by also making our pavilion journey interactive, we try to, well, really make people come directly into touch with our exhibits to hopefully also stimulate them more to think about it a little bit more than you would normally do if you just have a panel up on a wall with text. We want people to touch our pavilion, to touch our building, and hopefully connect with it.
Why was